Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy DJ Mr. E, and you already know what time it is. It is Monday again, and you're tuned into the One Big Party Show. Listen, if you haven't done so as yet, make sure you hit that red subscribe button, hit that share button, let your friends know that you are tuned in to the Whoa!
Hold up. I thought it was ladies' night. You're not having that way tonight. No. You said it's ladies' night, and the ladies are taking over. Therefore, bye-bye. Love you, smooches. Isn't he awesome? All right, well, here's the official intro. Thank you so much for tuning into the One Big Party Show. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Boss Lady Jackson, wife of the awesome DJ Mr. E, who we appreciate so much for allowing the ladies to take over tonight. Stay tuned, and as he said, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so as yet, and tell your friends you're tuned into the One Big Party Show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. You, once again, are watching the One Big Party Show. I am Boss Lady Jackson here, and as you know, the ladies are taking over not only for tonight, but for the entire month of March. We have an exciting lineup tonight, as well as for the rest of the month. Before I bring in my special co-host, I want to give you a heads up. We have Christine Alicia coming to the studio, ladies and gentlemen. She'll be here in a couple of weeks, as well as Jekka. She was featured in Sean Oliveira's video that you saw about 2 weeks ago that he released. So we're going to have her in the studio sharing about her journey in the music industry and her being one of the new kids on the block, or I should say, South Florida's next big artist, and we're really excited about that. So what to expect in the show? Expect some awesome music by Heeson Lee and a few other artists that are local here in South Florida and abroad, even from the Barbados. And I have my special co-host, Tiffany Knowles. She's going to be chiming in, sharing with us some of the exciting things she's doing within the media industry, as well as her book, Hola America. We got to definitely plug that. So stay tuned. Check out this upcoming video here. It's a classic from way back in the days, featuring some of the awesome female hip-hop rappers in New York. Stay tuned.
On the estrogen, we don't do it like the rest of them, but we do it with the best of them, with the best of men. Yes, the best I am. Got on my campaign trail, yes I can. Told me that I couldn't and I wouldn't, but I did. Because I'm a woman, I shouldn't and won't win. Nah, but look at me now though. Shows overseas, you buy my albums. Nah, I don't wanna be no tomboy. Nope, and I don't wanna be no sex toy. Nope, I don't need all your gimmicks. Don't care about your cynics, don't care about your critics. Everybody's always gonna have something to say, but the reality is the talent that I display has nothing to do with race or gender, but everything to do with God's agenda.
top of the mountain and still climbing the lines. And these book of rhymes are like lions inside violence. Wait, get excited, right, and commence to write. The stars are all aligning, the females are getting united. Hey, it's like a breath of fresh air, huh? Yeah, we coming, you might wanna stand clear, huh? Slightly barbaric, erratic, they catching static, ironic. Giving birth while putting balls in a casket. Reach the unreachable, touch the uncomfortable. Setting the bar high and it's probably uncomfortable. But it's cool, they gon' get used to the fact. I'm trying to tell you that the ladies back, ladies.
Paralyze the whole city, boy, I'm in my zone. We bringing back ladies' night, it's our theme song. Go ahead, nod your head, you can sing along. Got my ladies with me, bring it, hit me for a feature. Done deal, we taking over every track to reach ya. Meet ya at the next show, raising up the tempo. Go and check the dress code, better look your best, yo. Don't sleep on us, don't take a seat on us. I'm tired of everybody trying to put their leash on us. Put a beat on us, see the George dropping. Never thought a female had a power, now I rock it. Challenges are there, but won't stop this. Persevering even though the industry wants to change topics. We got this, never fade away, I guarantee it. Watch us make history, be the first to see it. Yeah. Take a look around, be who you were made to be. It's a heavy crown, don't you back down now. Don't hide your light, breathe. All my fellow women, rise and stand with me. Take a look around, be who you were made to be. It's a heavy crown, don't you back down now. Don't hide your light, breathe. It's the return of the
Bang this
queen.
in your whips. Stepped out fly with my shit. Which one? Pick one. This one classic chick. Sicker than your average. You know my papa. So on your proppers, you better be. Respect is the minimum. If you wanna get with me, no hit and runs. I'ma need them Cartier got diamonds. It's the return of the kills. How in the clip, like Omar and Juice, we run this. Shuts this down. Stay on the hustle, barely get enough time. You know me from the platinum, how I stack and my shine. Yeah, I'm still that chick. J's on my people, flip them hills right quick. I bet you like what you see. It ain't easy to get with me. We beats the fastest, click up on the scene. Crowns ready, team heavy, breathe. It's the return of the queens.
Hey, welcome back to the One Big Party Show, and it's the return of the queens. As I said, I have my awesome co-host tonight, Tiffany Knowles.
Hi, everybody.
A fellow queen here in South Florida.
Indeed.
Who is gracing us tonight, and I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm really happy to be here on the One Big Party Show. I've been watching it and wondering when I would be able to ever grace the studio floors, and I'm here. I'm so excited.
Woohoo! Now, I know you noticed several familiar faces in that video.
Yes, I did. Definitely.
Like Mahogany Jones.
For sure. Mahogany, she was somebody that we used to feature on NEWD radio. So Hee Sun Lee, we used to feature her. So a lot of my favorites. Really, really great video.
I love the fact just seeing female MCs rocking it, complimenting each other. It wasn't about tearing each other down.
Nah.
As you noticed, they were very classy in their attire.
That's so true.
They were well skilled in their rhymes.
Definitely.
And also they're stylish too.
So I always love female MCs. I mean, I was a big fan because it wasn't a very popular thing to be a female MC. So in the 80s and 90s, like with Bahamadia, who we interviewed on NEWD radio, who else? MC Light, Queen Latifah. I've always enjoyed seeing female MCs do their thing. And I just thought, wow, this is so cool. If only a lot of the modern day female MCs can take a page out of their book. You know what I mean?
That's true. Talking about modern day MCs, just to veer off a little bit, what's interesting is the whole Cardi B effect.
Yes.
Right? You can't F with me even if you wanted to.
Yes.
And I wonder about that. And I always heard about Cardi. And then one day I was like, let me actually check out the music. And I wonder if it's because she's so bold and bodacious in her music and confident, if that's why some people feel like, hey, she's saying the things I want to say. Like, you can't mess with me even if you wanted to, and she just has this I don't care attitude and a whole bunch of followers. And I understand some of you that may be listening, you may listen to Cardi B or whatever the case is, but what I love about the ladies featured in that music video, they're edifying, they're uplifting.
That's right.
They're applying the scriptures, and they're fierce lyrically,
Absolutely. And I feel like they're just as bold as Cardi B. And this is the interesting thing. I feel like we can take a page out of Cardi B's book as well. What page can we take out of that? The bold and bodacious part. Yeah. If you are going to be bold and bodacious for something as left field as what Cardi B spouts, then you can definitely be bold and bodacious about something that is the true and right way to live. And I think that that's what these ladies did in Return of the Queen. So keep on doing it, ladies.
All right, now switching gears a little bit. I love your hairdo, by the way.
Indeed.
And this is my natural hair twin, and everything we do, as far as from dance, everyone's like, is that your sister? Yes. And she rocks the fierce styles, and I love it. Yes. She actually got me on the natural hair journey, by the way. And you call this the Wakanda look?
Yes, I call it the Wakanda look just because. Okay. So everyone's into the Wakanda. Yes, the Wakanda look. These days, what we've been seeing has been a movement toward Black appreciation, African appreciation, Black power because of the new movie Black Panther. And so I'm actually really excited about the movement because now we can truly see how Black people can go to the theater and their dollars truly count and advancing something that really matters, because there's so many wonderful through lines in the film that can really build you up as a person. So I decided for the One Big Party show to wear my Wakanda look with my African earrings from the New York's BAM Dance Africa Festival. Yes.
And it looks gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you.
All right, so talking about Wakanda, sorry, we do have to get into little movies right now because that movie is on point.
Indeed.
So many powerful stories throughout the movie, so many powerful messages. And what stood out to me the most, it is T'Challa's right-hand woman, right?
Yes.
And in that line, when he actually got thrown down as far as Kilgore.
Eric Kilgore. Mm-hmm.
He took over, and she was like, "I'm sorry, I can't leave."
Killmonger.
That's okay. Killmonger. Thank you guys for correcting us. Where it's like, sorry, I have to stay true to the role that I play.
Yes.
And that was such a powerful moment to show that she's so fierce, but she honors the office. And I just wish that sometimes, that we can honor the office, not in a sense of, representing evil, but just the way how she represented her office. And I hope the Return the Queens, us, and what we're doing, that we recognize we represent the king, and we're going to do whatever it takes to represent him well, regardless of what's going on in the world and what other women are doing to get by in the industry or whatever the case is. But we'll represent and represent well.
That was something really amazing to pull from it. I pulled it from that also in a different way, but I now see Yannick has an amazing point of view about her thoughts. Like, I think it's awesome. But the fact is, yes, you can, while everyone else is going left, you can stand for what is good and what is right. And you can be just like a General Okoye. So do that, queens.
All right, so next video actually is going to represent another beautiful queen. Her name is Jael. She is locally here in South Florida. She's recently moved up to Tampa, and she actually worked on a natural hairline.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she did. Cool. Around the time when we launched our International Keep It Key Day.
Okay.
Some of you who are watching may be familiar with the movement that we did that actually went international.
Yes, it
even
did.
To the point where we had ladies in Scotland rocking our shirts, which is really good.
And in Sweden.
Yeah. That's when she shared with us about the fact that, hey, I'm actually launching a natural hair product. So she, like I said, she's a beautiful young lady, beautiful singer.
What's the name of the product? Can we
You know what?
Check it out or something.
We're definitely going to check it out. I'll see
Okay.
if I could pick up or do a search on her website.
I would love that.
Because I know she was doing a lot of test runs, so I don't know if it's fully released as yet.
Cool.
But really organic, which I'm so proud of you.
Nice.
But next up, we have our video called Now. Beautiful young lady, beautiful singer, praise and worship leader. So take a look and let us know your thoughts. Make sure hit subscribe, share, and comment below on what you think about her music video. Stay tuned.
No worries about today. I ain't stressing, forward pressing. Tomorrow's a new day. See the best and count my blessings. I'm feeling good about it, 'cause he just walked in smiling. He's never said 2 words to me. Today's different, yeah, I can feel it. 'Cause I feel a little taller now. Got a little swagger now. Feeling good by myself. By myself, real good by myself. The air seems cleaner, grass is greener. I'm looking around like, wow, I love living in the now. Air seems cleaner, grass is greener. Look around like, wow, I love living in the now. See life through wiser eyes, experience stepped up my senses, and now I've learned to fly. Let it all go and climb life's fences. Good times, they've come and gone, but I've learned to take hold on. Don't let it know, won't worry me. Today's different, 'cause I believe it. And I got a little swagger now. Feeling good about myself, real good by myself. The air seems cleaner, grass is greener. Wow, I'm living in the now. Air seems cleaner, grass is greener. Wow, living in the now. Don't matter situation. No, I can face my dream. I'm still chasing. It's just my life that I live. No time for hesitation. Appreciate my blessings. The air seems cleaner, grass is greener. Wow, I'm living in the now. Air seems cleaner, grass is greener. Wow, living in the now. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Hey, everybody, welcome back, and you're tuned in to the One Big Party Show. I'm Boss Lady Jackson, and this is my co-host for the night.
Tiffany Knowles. I'm so happy to be here again. Yo, that music video was awesome. Thank you so much, Giles, because I had no idea you were so amazing at what you do. You are awesome, girl. And I definitely want to learn more about your natural hair product line, so I'll be able to do some Wakanda looks with your product. But yeah, so the music video was called Now. So what's going on now in your life?
Well, what's going on now in my life? So much is happening. Really excited about Training for Greatness.
Yes.
We've hosted a few shows within the last several months. We did one in December. We did another one in January.
That's right.
And we also hosted a career day. And what was awesome, it was so glad to have you part of it as well. Just another powerful queen, another powerful woman in business being featured in it. And we highlighted your book.
Yes.
Hola America. So enough about me. What about you? What's happening now with you?
Yeah, so I was so happy to be a part of Training for Greatness because I truly, like, in everything I do, this is what I tell my students, because I'm also an adjunct professor. I tell my staff, you need to be performing in excellence. So we all should be striving for greatness in everything we do. So I was really happy when you asked me to be a part of it. But yeah, so I went to the School for Career Day. I talked to them about my book, Hola America, Guts, Grit, Grind, and Further Traits in the Successful American Immigrant. And they really loved it. They were like, ooh, so-and-so is an immigrant. So an immigrant is somebody who comes from another country and who lives here now and they do stuff. And I was like, yeah, this is exactly it. They got the concept of immigrants, and then they understood how much immigrants are contributing to our economy. And I was telling them all the different stories. So they were excited because they saw themselves in the book.
That's true.
Yes.
And I had the opportunity to read your book from beginning to the end. And I share the story all the time that there are several moments as I'm reading, I'm tearing up all the way.
Oh my
and I have to close the book sometimes and just take a moment, because at the time when I was reading it, we're doing a lot of traveling with the One Big Party tour and a few other events we're hosting. And it's such a powerful book. It's a great read, not only because I know her. If I didn't know her, I'll be raving about the book as well. So how do people get a hold of your book? I mean, I know some people that are watching now, they're familiar with who you are. And if you know her and you don't have the book yet, shame on you. Okay? Go to Amazon right now. Read the book so that way you can give her a call and give her congratulations, because it's a powerful book.
You hear the patter come out. You hear the patter come out. This is the Jamaican. But yes, so where can you get my book? You can get my book on Amazon.com. You can just type in Tiffany Knowles, and it'll come up in Hola America, and that comes up, and you'll be able to get your copy. I actually co-wrote it with my dad, Livingston Knowles, who is a Bahamian immigrant. So it is really true of the immigrants that we knew and still know. And so it's so funny, a lot of the rhetoric in the public media hasn't been true about the immigrant story. So we're telling it from an immigrant perspective, and also telling the stories of immigrants who we know and who are very successful, extraordinary people. So yeah.
That's true. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, switching gears a little bit, speaking about Hola America.
Yeah.
Actually, you went to an event recently, and you're doing a lot dealing with dance and culture.
Yeah.
Tell us about that, because I know you do Kizumba?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, so I'm a big multicultural person because, of course, I grew up in Miami, Florida, and then moved to New York City. So huge salad bowl, melting pot, whatever metaphor you'd like to use. So I am around loads of people from different parts of the world. So Korea, like Hee-Sun Lee, or West Africa, like people in my book, or Angola, like a lot of the individuals who I know. Shout out to Ariane Fonseca. So I'm really excited about a dance phenomenon called Kizomba. And it is a dance native from Angola, Southern Africa. So I've been dancing a lot. And, dance is the thing that we do, you guys know, or maybe you don't know, but yeah, we grew up as dancers. But I'm actually now doing this cool African partner dance. So I just want to say it's a great time. Check it out, kizombaheart.com, so you can learn more about the dance and its origins. So you're not fooled by what's out maybe on YouTube that may not show the accurate representation of the African style. So KIZOMBA heart.com.
Ooh, I love it. I'm telling you. So this young lady is lighting it up. First of all, she's an adjunct professor at Barry University. She's being a light there. She's being a light in the media industry and dance.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And with her book, Hola America. So please stay connected. I know your website is on its way, TiffanyKnowles.com.
Yes.
So stay connected, but you can definitely find her on Instagram?
Yeah, definitely. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You can find me. And then, of course, still my online magazine, NEWDmagazine.com, for more cultural theory and info about what's going on in the world from a artistic and spiritual perspective.
All right. Well, speaking about artistic and spiritual perspective, many of you who are tuning in right now, you're familiar with Soul Movement Crew.
Yes.
And a member of the Soul Movement Crew, Craig Freeman, who is very active with our Flavor Nights events and artist management, he moved to the Bahamas.
Or Barbados?
Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about you.
Okay, so here's the thing. I didn't
Craig,
know this.
forgive me.
First of all, Craig,
Okay.
I didn't know that, okay? I thought you were still in the United States of America, but then I learned
he's
that
in
he
Barbados.
moved to Barbados, which is where he's from, right?
Correct.
So, which is really cool.
Yeah, so he and his friend, he started a company called High Art.
Hi, Art.
And they're doing some really great work. They're doing artist management, producing some powerful events
Very
down in
cool.
Barbados. So we are extremely proud of you. And he has an artist with a music video that we're going to show pretty soon.
So I heard her name is Jay Simone. I'm kind of excited because it's an acoustic version of her pop song, and I'm excited to hear it in its acoustic sound. So kudos to Craig, and there's Jay Simone's music video. Light it up.
All right, take a look.
Light it up, light it up, light it up, light it up for me. Light it up, light it up, light it up, light it up for me. Smile on my face, harder to fake. Are they seeing past the illusion? I'm gonna break, 'cause I can't take the side of me that's on the outside. As time goes on, it's hard to see who I am, what you want, who I am. Covered my eyes from the real me, the real me. As life gets dark and I'm losing my chance to see who I am, send me a sign or a savior to light it up, erase my shame. This feeling, every layer, every mask I've ever worn, revealing your design. So light it up, ignite my flame. Light it up, yeah. Light it up, oh. Light it up, light it up for me. Say light it up for me, yeah. Light it up, for me, for me. Light it up for me. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm tearing down every lie they try to plant inside my head. I'm floored, I'm really torn. Still I can't stand my reflection. As time goes on, it's hard to see who I am, what you want, who I am. Covered my eyes from the real me, the real me. As life gets dark and I'm losing my chance to see who I am, send me a sign or a savior to light it up, erase my shame. It's peeling every layer, every mask I've ever worn, revealing your design. So light it up, ignite my flame. Light it for me. Light it up. Light it up. Light it up for me. Light it up. Say light it up for me. Light it up. Light it, light it, light it. Light it up. Light it, light it, light it. Oh, light it up for me.
Whoa, that was beautiful.
I loved it. It was amazing. And so when I heard of there was an acoustic version to this song, I was thinking, man, could it rival the actual pop version? But it's beautiful. Kudos to you, Jay Simone, High Art, and Craig Freeman.
Yeah, proud of you. And for those of you who are just tuned in, welcome to the One Big Party Show. I am your host, Boss Lady Jackson, and I have my beautiful co-host here today, Tiffany Knowles. As you know, the ladies are taking over for the month of March.
It's Women's Month.
Yes, we have a few people in the chat room.
Yeah, we do. Shout out to Amanda Young from all the way listening from Temple. Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
she's from Tampa.
Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
All the way from Tampa. All right. And we have somebody else in the chat room. Who is it? Kadi. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for enjoying, because I know we've been hitting you with some amazing music, and I hope you're enjoying the conversation too as fellow ladies.
All right. So, Tiffany Knowles.
Yes.
Right now we're going to talk about how we met.
Yeah.
Let's see which version or who remembers when.
Yep.
Do you remember where we met?
I do.
Okay, where?
Okay, so I feel like I'm being put to the test on those YouTube challenges, like how well do you know your friend? Okay, so I remember the very day I met her, Boss Lady. Okay, it was in Building 1 in Miami-Dade Community College at the time. She was introduced to me by a mutual friend of ours. We were going to school together, and he said, "Oh, this is my friend who we go to church together, and she's a little crazy." He told me that.
Oh,
she's
wow.
a little crazy.
Thank you.
And I was like,
so much. I appreciate that.
and you know who you are. And I was like, oh, cool. She's crazy. She doesn't seem like it. I asked him because I was calling him on it. Like, she seemed so normal. But then after getting to know her, I understood what he was talking about. Yeah, because she can get a little wild, crazy, especially when she's on a stage. You've ever seen her host an event, you know how wild and loud it gets. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So what I love the most is that after the whole introduction, we actually got together because apparently she did a few performances.
Yes.
With our mutual friend.
That's correct.
And with our mutual friend. We did a lot at church. We danced and we were in ministry. And we're like, hey, you know what? Let's start doing stuff outside of the church. How cool would it be for us to have dance members who attend different churches, and we all, like a crew that go out to different concerts, theaters, and perform on the outside.
Exactly.
So that's how we started the group called Steps in Order.
Steps in Order. Shout out to Don. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Sonia.
Yes.
Shout out to Maeva.
For those of you who remember this, Antoine. And we had a few other honorary members like Jamal.
Yes, we did.
And what's the other young lady's name?
Oh my gosh.
Tamika.
Oh my gosh. You're putting me on the spot. She went to UM with Gilbertson. So
a
shout out to
dancer. We're so sorry.
But
okay, let's move on.
We went through a lot at that dance group, traveling all over the state of Florida. It was amazing though. It was like what we were doing in our teens and early 20s.
Yes, and we learned so much. We learned so much about ministry. Yes. We learned so much about business as well as relationships.
I remember.
Being in a group, you have different personalities. Yes. And being young adults, we have various ambitions. But what was so cool about it, I'll never forget. We were in the basement of Chris's home.
Yes.
And we were in a circle, and we're like, hey, so what do we all want to do when we get older? Like, what's our goals? And I remember Tiffany sharing she wants to be a journalist. And we started going around, like, coming up with creative names because, you know, when you have a group, you have to have a cool name, right?
Cool stage name.
So her name was Reason.
Yep.
My name was Concept because I always come with all the ideas for events. And we just went around the room. And what's so interesting when I think back on that moment, actually, for the most part, everything that was said in that room of what each of us would like to do, we're actually doing it now.
This is so true. And so there is power in the word that you speak. Your mind is powerful. Your words are powerful. As you speak, the material world responds. So do not take that for granted. Teach that to your children when they're really, really young, to speak the things that they want to see happen in their lives, because that's what we did as
That's
teenagers.
true.
That's what
That's
we did.
true.
And I guess we didn't understand that principle yet, but we were just speaking about, because we were ambitious kids, we just said, what do we want to do? And around the room, we went around and talked about it. And then the material world responded to us, and we became what we decreed. So I think that's
and
a
it's
powerful
really powerful.
principle.
Like, looking back over the years, I'm so glad that we really maintain a great friendship.
Yes.
Like, honestly, it's so funny when people hear about, when I share with them about things that I'm doing, Tiffany Knowles' name is always in the mix somehow, some way. Like, man, are you guys sisters? I'm like, no, we're really, really good friends. We're BFFs, you know, and we're accountability partners. And it's amazing because you hear, well, I've seen, especially with reality shows and House of this and reality of that and hip hop of that, you see all this drama.
Yeah, I should be pulling her hair right now.
I know, right? Oh, no, that's me, girl. That's all you see, right? All day, every day. But we're actually very civil.
Yeah, I only pull her hair to say how beautiful of a curl pattern it is. I never throw wine bottles, nothing like that.
And I would say, even if we have a discussion, we have never had that kind of catty, I hate you, you beepity beep, beep, beep. It's always been, if she feels a certain way or I feel a certain way, honestly, I wish there's like a camera in the room. We could talk about it, you know?
That's true.
She'll say, her key thing that I noticed, she'll be like, what I'm hearing you say is, am I hearing that right? Am I hearing you correctly?
Oh my gosh, I teach people to use that technique. I didn't know that I did it.
Yeah, you do. And then I'm like, I have to take a step back and be like, okay, Tiffany, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Well,
this
because
is
I
what
want
I'm
to know
saying.
I'm hearing it correctly, so I will repeat back what I interpreted and then ask you. I didn't know that wow.
I'm always like the test study and all that.
That's
but what's
interesting.
really cool is that we've never said, I hate you, this is over. We've always had a civil conversation.
Yes.
And we've always edified each other and moved on. Sometimes she makes a decision and I'm like, okay, good, we'll roll with it. Or I make a decision, she's like, okay, I agree, I disagree, or hey, fine, we'll roll with it. And we let each other shine,
That's
you
so
know?
true. I don't want to
And
get
it's
emotional
beautiful.
right now because we're on TV. So I'm going to keep it, just regular, on the regular level. But who would not want a friend like her in their lives? Like, why would you want to cross somebody like her? She's freaking incredible, amazing, awesome businesswoman, entrepreneur, mom, wife. She's a perfect example of somebody that I should be talking to and I should be accountable to. So I would say it would be silly for me to have a cat fight with her. And so I think that's the key. Knowing who you want in your life, knowing, and here's another amazing woman, Edwina Findlay, who so she used to be my roommate. And when we were in New York, in Brooklyn, she's now incredible on various movies, but she and I came up with this term, anointed alliances. Oh, wow. So why would you see an anointed alliance and then want to sabotage that? It doesn't make sense. Amen. Now, people, if you are praying for your anointed alliances and you see them come to pass, don't do things to sabotage them.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Work to keep them together. Pray. Make sure that you have the right people around you and that they stay around you. So I think that's the big lesson for me in being friends with Boss Lady Jackson.
Oh. But
I told you I wasn't going to get too emotional now.
I know,
Okay.
I know. But since you mentioned that, I must share, because those of you who are watching, you may have friends in your life and you are so used to seeing the drama on TV, you think that's how friendship is. I'm telling you, it's not healthy, because every time Tiffany and I get together, she talked about sabotage. You know, if there's ever a moment she doubts her ability, and I'm telling you, she has worked behind the scenes of so many great projects. I'm there to remind her, do you know how awesome and fierce you are? That's true. And I encourage her and I challenge her to be even a better version of herself. And she does the same thing to me. I mean, at any point, I guess lower the bar myself. She's like, no. You're self-sabotaging right now and you need to cut it out. And that's what true friendship is, know?
Cut it out.
Especially as believers. So stay encouraged.
That's so true.
So next up, we're going to talk about another queen who's doing some amazing things on online blogging and in music.
Yes, she's amazing. Okay, so I know her from New York because you guys know I lived there for 12 years, and her name is Hee-Sun Lee. She's so cool because she has this amazing story of being adopted, and she's originally Korean. But the fact is, she was given this great opportunity to live in the United States of America and grew up in Staten Island, New York. Shout out to Hee-Sun Lee, my girl from Staten Island. So she's doing awesome work in the music industry because as a female rapper, that's a rarity, right? But then as an Asian female rapper, that's even more of a rarity. So people like, oh, can she really rap? Yes, she can. She's got bars for you. She's got bars for you. Okay, but I wanted to tell you, Unique, she's doing some really cool stuff in the blogging and vlogging world. She's now doing this like cool vlog series of the mommy rapper.
Oh, the mommy rapper?
The mommy rapper.
Okay, I really need to check that out because you see all these videos of people doing cool things, but I haven't seen a rap version to the little cool videos that they're doing, like the family videos. Does she use her kids in the videos?
She uses her kids, her girls, and they're really, sometimes they scream their head off. Sometimes they ask for things. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sometimes they ask for things that they shouldn't be asking for, and they know that their mommy is working on her music at the moment or whatever. Or she takes them to the studio, or she takes them to gigs or events. And she is happily married, and she is now a mom to 2 girls. So shout out to you, Hee-Sun Lee. Keep on doing what you're doing because you are an inspiration as well, Queen.
Amen. All right. Well, we have an awesome video she sent us. Take a look. Really follow the storyline because we're going to talk about it in depth after this video. Stay tuned.
I'm with you.
Do you know what it's like when everything is screaming, get me out?
This silence got the best of me. I'm sitting here, life is stressing me. These thoughts wanna mess with me. I'm scared of my destiny. I close my eyes trying to find peace, hoping I can tell myself I can make it. But I can't take it, can't take it. Wait, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. It's all in my head, I'm okay, I'm okay. No, I'm not okay, no, I'm not okay. These thoughts won't stop. Chest pains, they exceed me. Heartbeat, take it easy. Losing breath, I see me dying. Jesus, don't leave me. Looking around, trying to catch my breath. Scared this moment will cause my death. My vision's blurry, these hands are shaking, thoughts won't rest. Have trouble breathing, now I'm pacing back and forth for air. Run to the phone, call 911, my hands are shaking, I'm too scared. My throat is closing now, I can't swallow now. Keep breathing, don't stop, keep breathing, don't stop. Inhale, then exhale, take it slow, you got this locked. Don't let this overcome you, close your eyes, the panic will stop.
Do you know what it's like to live like this? When everything is screaming, get me out of this. Do you know what it's like to live like this? Well, if you do, then I'm with you.
Maybe some pills would help me. They say it could numb the mind. If I could live one day without these thoughts, then I'd be fine. Sitting in traffic scares me. Flying on airplanes scared me. The thought of never escaping, it's like you can't prepare me. I feel like I'm barely making it. Living this life with fear, no breaks in it. Put all of my days in it. Put all of my shame in it. I'm tired of living this way, I dread it. They say don't sweat it. It's clear they'll never get it. Imagine living your life in fear. Never in peace, never be near the joy of living in freedom. Everything's gone except your tears. Crying for someone to save you. If anxiety can replace you, if there's someone else, I'll trade you. Take my place, I need a breakthrough. My heart is growing tired. All the trauma that I put it through. My life's too short, I shouldn't do what fear inside tells me to. Inhale, then exhale, take this slow. I've got this locked. Don't let this overcome me. Close my eyes, the panic will stop.
Do you know what it's like to live like this? When everything is screaming, get me out of this. Do you know it's like to live like this? Well, if you do, then I'm with you.
Listen, everyone's got a story to tell. Sometimes you see heaven, sometimes you see hell. This life ain't easy, believe me. Hard times come, at times they need me. Sometimes they leave me, but I made my way through this battle. Saddled up, never throwing the towel. It's okay to be anxious. It's okay that we're not perfect. It's okay that I'm broken, coping through this life. I know that it's worth it. My Savior's hand is lifting me, uplifting me. He lives in me. His promises He gives to me. Panic attacks are real, but still my heart they never will. No God's will, I'm standing still. Feel His presence, know it fills every part of me. He's a conqueror. He told me don't quit, there's no blocking ya. When trials come, I'll rock for ya. I finally found this peace, I'm making it. I'm chasing it. It's here with me, I'm embracing it. Anytime it leaves, I'm taking it. Proclaim my story to the nations. Patience, all I'm facing. Life's amazing. Keep on racing, don't give up. God is waiting.
Do you know what it's like to live like this? No, you don't. No, you don't. When everything is screaming, get me out of this. Do you know what it's like to live like this? Well, if you do, then I'm with you.
Amazing video by Miss Cindy Hee-sun Lee. I'm with you. Incredible. And the message within that music video, if you guys are watching it closely, talks to a lot of the struggles that we experience as women. And you saw that going with the main character going through all of those emotions. So yeah, anxiety is huge for women.
It is. And just as you mentioned the video, you know, as I was watching it when I watched it for the first time, I was like, okay, well, let's see, which direction is this going? And it is interesting how sometimes we can enter a room and already have this misconception of what people are saying and thinking of us, not realizing, and as you probably saw towards the end of the video, everything she had in her mind about them laughing at her, talking about her, whispering about her, they were actually there to celebrate her.
Yes, exactly.
You know, and sometimes even using that term self-sabotage that you mentioned, we can do that. We do that a lot as women too. Mm-hmm. We say, oh, I'm not pretty enough. Yeah. I'm not smart enough. We're always looking to the left, to the next woman. Oh, look at her hair. Look at how her shape is. Look at her style. True. I'm not good enough. And that's not healthy. You know, go ahead.
It's not at all. And so I think about that when I think of social media and clickbait. So we're in this era right now where struggles with anxiety and identity are at an all-time high. And I think social media contributes to a lot of it. But because before, we used to see celebrities on TV, and we never really got close to that. We never became celebrity figures on our own, living our everyday lives. But now you can be like a mommy rapper like Hee-sun. You can be that too in your normal everyday life. But oftentimes we feel like, oh, we post something, oh, why didn't they like that? Oh, why didn't they share it? Why didn't they retweet it? Oh my gosh, did I not look good? Or maybe I changed the light. Maybe I need to pout my lips. You know,
it's true.
And I feel like that contributes to a lot of degradation of self, and we begin to see ourselves as public figures and not as people who are just living on this earth and trying to improve on a daily basis. But I think there's added pressure because of social media.
That's true.
So watch out for that, ladies. Do not fall prey.
Yeah, because I remember seeing a video talking about social media, and it was talking about how there's a woman who goes through all this preparation for her picture, all the contour and all the highlights and the what is the
waist shapers?
Yeah, the waist shapers and everything. And then she's looking all fly and hot. And then you have the other person like, okay, I don't look like her. But it's like, that image is not really her anyway. And we're not saying don't look beautiful, ladies. Come on, we're not saying that. But sometimes we could go a little bit overboard when it comes down to our image and comparing ourselves to other people.
That's true.
But switching gears a little bit, but staying along the same vein of anxiety, have you ever dealt with someone that you know personally that has anxiety? Because sometimes we can kind of look at it as, come on, get it together. But it's a really serious condition for some. And like Heeson Lee mentioned in the video about, do you take medication? Do you do this? Do you do that? Have you encountered someone like that?
I have two people who I know who take medication for anxiety, and one who I work with very closely. She's actually really brilliant. She's a great artist and graphic designer, but she does take medication in order to maintain so that she's not locked up in a room. I feel like oftentimes you would look at her, and then I learned recently that someone I teach is also experiencing bipolar. So I didn't know that. They confided in me, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I wouldn't be able to tell. From the outside, they look completely together and normal and really just enthusiastic about life. I wouldn't be able to tell. So a lot of internal struggles are happening. You guys may not even be aware. They look amazing on the outside, but inside they could be falling apart.
Yeah, and dealing with friends that may have that condition, sometimes we lack compassion.
Yes.
Because if we're not in that same boat and they don't necessarily have a physical disability, it's not something we can see, or they're deaf, or they have, an impairment of some sort, but it's mental, it's all within their minds. Let's just be a little bit show a little compassion, because if you've never been there, you don't know how they feel.
That's true.
And it's a real serious condition. So I found myself, I have come across a few people who suffered from anxiety, and I didn't realize how serious it was until it's like, oh my gosh, when you see them, like you said, you don't know. They seem to be the life of the party, but only to find out they drank a little, they smoked a little to kind of relieve that stress in order to be that life of the party, but in closed doors, they're crying and they're doing all these things that you don't really know. So there are a few things that you have to definitely pick up on when you notice that, and just encourage them, continue to motivate them, use the word and things of that nature. Yeah. So, hey, stay encouraged. We love you. There's always support. But talking about being the life of the party, we have another video coming up.
Yes. And I'm excited about this video because for me, I've always viewed myself as a princess. And I think that all the ladies out there, you all are princesses and queens. You're royalty because God created you. So we have this next music video, and it's called Party Like a Princess from Jamie Grace.
When I walked into the party, everybody just stopped. Even the DJ wasn't ready to see me without a boy who isn't ready to be a king. So tell me, why would I be chasing him to be his queen? Don't you know who my daddy is? And don't you know what my daddy did? And don't you know who my daddy is? He paid it all. I'm the belle of this ball, so I'm gonna party like a princess. So let me tell you something that you're needing to hear. Turn it to 11, won't you lend me your ear? Royalty is in your blood, you're an heir to the throne. Whether you're a baby or have babies of your own. Don't you know who your daddy is? And don't you know what your daddy did? Don't you know who your daddy is? He paid it all, you're the belle of this ball, so won't you party like a princess? Party like a princess. Party like a princess. Party like a princess. I don't need a prince to party like a princess. Party like a princess. Party like a princess. Party like a princess. I don't need a prince to party like a princess. Party like, party like. Party like a princess. Party like, party like. Party like a princess.
Hey, party like a princess.
Yeah.
I try
Love
to
that
sing.
song.
I know I can't, but I try.
Love it, love it, love it.
If you're just
Thank you, Jamie
tuning
Grace.
if you're just tuning in, you are watching the One Big Party Show. I am the host for the month, Boss Lady Jackson, and tonight I have my awesome co-host,
Tiffany Knowles, I'm here with you guys.
All right. Well, most of you who've been tuned into this show and been watching the various episodes, as you know, the One Big Party Show stems from Luke 15. And if you've read that chapter, you notice that there's several stories that talks about how a person may have lost something, whether an item, or most of you are familiar with the prodigal son story where he had all the riches and everything in the world, but he gave away his inheritance and he decided to, you know what? Forget it. I just want my inheritance. Sorry. He wanted it all and he just went out and he squandered his life. Mm-hmm. And then he realized, you know what? What did I just do? Yeah. How on earth did I give up everything that I had? So he went back and his father saw him from a distance and he embraced him and he was so excited. I mean, mind you, he went back home thinking, I just hope my dad hires me. I just want to work for him, and hopefully I get back in his good grace. But just the mere fact that his father said, you know what? Look, you're here. My son is back. Give him the best, the fattest cow and everything like that. Shoot on his feet.
Give him his robe.
And it was just like,
kill the fatted cow.
Yes. And I was like, that's how powerful the gospel is, that regardless of where you are in your life, that God is just waiting to embrace you and say, hey, come back home. So really quick, Tiffany.
Yes.
When did you join the party?
I joined the party when I was 10 years old after watching a movie in Sunday night service, which was about heaven's gates and hell's flames. And I knew that I wanted to go to heaven. I didn't want to go to the other place. So I wanted to be, because they painted the beautiful picture of heaven, that it was one big party. So I wanted to do that and be that. Whenever I left the earth, I wanted to be in Jesus' presence. So at 10, I figured it out. And then from that point on, there's been a lot of ups and downs and struggles in this life because we're broken people, right? But God has always been with me, and I've always been with Jesus. So I'm thankful that the party is really ongoing in life. We have joined it, and if you have joined it, definitely don't leave, because it gets better and better and better until you get to the grand party in heaven.
Amen. So if you're watching and you're like, hey, you know what? I'm like Tiffany. I gave my life to Christ when I was 10. Ups and downs happen in life, and I actually, almost like the prodigal son, kind of like went my own way and started squandering my life. Guess what? Every day is an opportunity to come close and get reconnected to God. So comment in the section below or in the chat room. Exactly. We want to get you connected to a Bible-believing church, or even just pray with you and encourage you. So Tiffany, is there anyone in your life or anyone you want to give a shout out that's helped you along this journey?
Of course. I wanted to shout out to Pastor Gilbert Cuffey for introducing me to so many amazing people, specifically Pastor Peter Bonity at Kingdom Life Ministries International. Shout out in Brooklyn, New York. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Brooklyn in the house.
Yeah.
Wow, Pastor Cuffey is really busy because I actually attended his church.
That's right, Church on the Way.
As a teenager, and that's where I really got serious about my walk with the Lord. So thank you, Pastor Cuffey. Thank you to all of you who are tuned in tonight. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and let us know when you join the party. And hey, stay connected. You're watching the One Big Party Show with Boss Lady Jackson and
Tiffany Knowles. We out.
Take care.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy DJ Mr. E and
Sean Olivera.
And we are so excited to announce that we are doing the One Big Party Tour again this year, 2018. Listen, if you came out to the tour last year, then you already know how it went down. Sean, what do you think?
All right, listen, last year was amazing, man. So now we got to make this year even better.
Even better.
So come out, register your spots right now. Hit us up at
obptour@gmail.com or visit the website obptour.com. Listen, if you're a youth pastor, a youth leader, a leader in your community, and you want this tour to come to your city, hit us up right now.
Yes.
Listen, it's a big party. Imagine this. When we get to heaven, we're going to see a bunch of people that look or may not look like us, and we're going to party in the name of Jesus, singing holy, holy, holy every single day. That's a song right there, right? So that might even be a song this tour. So listen, register right now. Send us an email, obptour.com or obptour@gmail.com, and get us in your town.
lock in the dates because we filling up already. Fill it up.